And Randy, we've got some good news out here. Crews finished replacing those water pipes over the weekend. So now you can see they're out here paving and putting the finishing touches on this road. Well, Randy, like you said, this is still in the early stages, but I just got confirmation from the realtor that the developer plans to purchase not just this building, but this entire lot. And the tournament drew tens of thousands of people to Evansville. They were booking multiple nights in our hotels, shopping in our stores, and eating in our restaurants. In fact, Backstage Bar and Grill even saw record numbers in the month of March, due in large part to all the tournament hype. Her body was about 100 feet off the road, so Sheriff Wilder says it would have been easy for people passing by it not to see her. And hundreds are signing this petition demanding to make this intersection safer for children. Students that live on this side of Highway 41 may only be about a half mile from school, but still they have to walk across this busy state highway at least twice a day. And Randy, I have just stepped outside of this courtroom. They're actually still in there working through some of the details, but the jury talked for about 4 hours today, returned that verdict of guilty on all 4 charges against Paris Cornell. Well, this afternoon, several survivors who say they were abused by priests spoke, calling for the diocese to be transparent as they said they would. But let me tell you, this line is not quitting. Right now, it snakes all the way around, down past the Children's Museum. But we'll show you some of that in a bit. Completely tearing down both of these buildings and build the new bar and grill up from scratch. It'll still be called Hagedorn's, but you'll recognize some features of the old building, like these awnings. It's about 24 degrees outside, feels like 16, so you can imagine that time cannot come soon enough for these folks. And when they wake up in the morning, they have to come out here and wait in line for an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, until the shelter opens back up. But they do have surveillance video and other evidence are sifting through to find who's responsible. One thing we do know, Councilwoman Robinson has been a staple on City Council since 1995, even serving as president in 2013. Dozens of Fireside Chapel parents have been left to find new childcare and weigh their options.
When it came to looking at the other daycares, are they licensed? What level are they? What do they offer? How's the staff? How many kids are truly in their rooms? And what activities do they actually work on with them?
All things Chelsea Studeville didn't consider when she started taking her son to Fireside a year ago. After hearing about this little girl's injuries on Wednesday, she picked up her son immediately and started searching.
But it's very limited on the northwest side, so and a lot of them are churches. And that was kind of a thing on my list, is I don't want it to be a church because their guidelines are different.
Fireside is an unlicensed registered ministry. To be registered, a center pays $100 in fees and meets fire and building safety standards. But even without a license, Fireside is liable for injuries to children, and police are seriously investigating claims of child abuse as criminal.
Anytime we have a complaint of child abuse, it doesn't matter what facility, state boards, none of that matters for our purposes. We're going to go and investigate the allegations. We're going to speak to those that are at the center of those allegations, as well as the victims and their families, in an effort to find out what happened and, if appropriate, file criminal charges.
Today I talked with the man who's seeking one of these loans to reopen their family restaurant, something he says he can't do without this loan. Coming up at 6, I'll show you the local favorite that could be coming back. You may recognize Richard Barnes. He's lived in Evansville for 49 years. On a typical day, you can find him here, cutting hair at the barbershop on Washington Avenue. But you may know Richard by another name.
They started calling me Mr. Cookie, so I answered to Mr. Cookie.
And can you guess who Mr. Cookie's married to?
Everybody know Miss Cookie. A lot of people don't know her real name. They call her Miss Cookie.
Richard filled me in on the secret. It's Rosalie, and she used to cook up classic comfort dishes.
Hot water cornbread and macaroni and cheese, everybody wants that.
Until they closed in 2013.
Miss Cookie's coming back. You know, she's been out of this building for a while.
The couple is ready to reopen, but costly upgrades to the grease trap are holding them back, unless they're approved for the $10,000 loan through UE's program. Promise Zone Director Silas Macham says it goes hand in hand with their goal to bring 5 new businesses to the area each year.
Sustainability is key in putting new business in the Promise Zone. We don't want to see businesses come in and then leave.
Richard hopes Miss Cookie's will be their legacy.
I got a line of lineage of grandkids. It'd be a place for them to be able to come and work and create jobs and keep this thing going till when I'm gone. I'm doing it for them, basically.
In Evansville, Kate O'Rourke, an argument between two old friends turned enemies escalated to an active shooter situation, and VFW member Paul Glover got caught in the middle of it. He recalled suspect John Burkhart's threat.
I'm going to leave, go home, get something, come back here and take care of this. Well, I know the man too well. I kind of knew what it meant.
Paul and another man grabbed their guns, zoned in on protecting the post. Paul's wife, Stacy, locked all the doors. When Burkhart returned with his gun, they called police.
As I went to open up the door got snatched out of my hand.
That's when Paul faced Burkhart again. Paul, ready with his gun at his side.
I didn't see no pistol. And he said, "Get out of my way, I'm coming in." I said, "I'm not moving. You're not coming back in this building."
But the moment Paul reholstered his gun, Burkhart showed his.
Oh my God, I heard a gunshot.
That's when Burkhart allegedly shot Paul in the abdomen. Next, he turned the gun towards Stacy.
He had the gun pointed at me, and I heard the click. Thank God it misfired.
7 minutes passed between the first 911 call and police taking over.
I was numb. I just, I just don't ever want to relive it. But I relive it every day since.
The only thing going through my head was protecting the individuals inside. Because it's hard telling what this individual would have done. I mean, we're lucky.
Lucky 2 rounds misfired. Lucky no one else was hurt. Lucky, Paul says, to be alive.
It saved more lives. Almost cost me mine, but it did.